Desmond's Flicks is made possible by the incredible support from the Patreon community. If you'd like to help support the channel and keep it going, consider becoming a Patreon today. Link is in the description below. Plus, you'll gain access to awesome perks. Now let's get into the video. We Need to Do Something was directed by Sean King O'Grady and was shot during the pandemic. The film stars Sierra McCormick, Vanessa Shaw, Pat Healy, and Ozzy Osbourne. Based on the novel of the same name, the film revolves around a family trapped in their bathroom during a tornado. The film was shot in 4 weeks in Michigan entirely on a soundstage between September and October of 2020. Due to the pandemic, precautions had to be taken, which included having a minimal number of crew members on set. I went into We Need to Do Something relatively blind. I've not read the book and had only seen the trailer prior to watching the film. I feel that definitely helped to manage my expectations. There's a ton of potential with this film, but I feel that too much is left unexplained. Just when the film really starts to take off, it abruptly ends, which was a bit of a disappointment. This is probably my biggest complaint about the film. But before we go any further into my negatives, I do want to touch on what I liked about the film. First off, the performances are very good, especially considering that 90% of the film takes place in a bathroom. The cast all work well off of one another. You can feel the tension rise between the family members as they are trapped in this bathroom together. Each family member has ways of coping being stuck in close quarters together, and each one of them has their own form of cabin fever at some point during the story. It's relatable in a lot of ways to how we had to or have been under lockdown due to the pandemic. Pat Healy in particular was fantastic as the unhinged alcoholic father. Visually, the film looks great, especially for such a small-scale film. It definitely has this Lovecraft vibe to it, which was an automatic plus for me. There's also some pretty good effects that are used sparingly yet effectively. I also appreciated the cameo by Ozzy Osbourne. The film works at a brisk pace, which works for and against the film. It works for the film in the sense that this helps to keep the tension high throughout, but it does work against the film's favor due to the lack of an ending. The story feels like it just stops right when it becomes interesting. Which brings me to my negatives. The biggest issue I have is that there was so much potential to expand upon the witchcraft element as well as the Lovecraftian carnage happening just outside the bathroom door. In a lot of ways, the film feels like a stage play, where the audience has to use their imagination to fill in a lot of the gaps. While I appreciate this aspect of the film, I do feel that we needed to see a bit more than what we're shown. I was legitimately excited once things started to pop off near the end of the film. I was expecting an epic finale that would really lean into the story's inspiration from Lovecraft. And yes, Lovecraft's work doesn't always explain things nor show everything, but so little is shown in the film that it left me wanting more. So once the credits began to roll, I said out loud to myself, wait, that's it? There's also some minor issues I have with the family not using medical supplies in the bathroom. I also found it odd that the family didn't think to bring extra water, food, or anything else they might need during what they believe is a tornado. I know these are nitpicks, but it really bothered me that the characters took no time to think a little ahead. With all that said, I'm going to give We Need to Do Something a weekend rental. There are some great ideas and a talented cast, but the film ultimately had me wanting more, which left me disappointed by the end. I would have liked to have seen a bit more beyond the bathroom door once things really started to pop off. Unfortunately, the film just ends without any real payoff. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to support the channel even more and get some awesome perks in the process, become a Patreon today. Link is in the description below. Thank you so much for coming by, and I'll see you guys in the next video.